Identitarian Movement, also known as Identitarianism, is a far-right nationalist and ethno-nationalist movement that centers its ideology on preserving white European identity, which it claims is being threatened by immigration, Islam, multiculturalism, and globalization. Originating in France in the 2000s as Identitarian Bloc with its youth wing Generation Identity, the movement later expanded to other European countries in the 2000s. Its ideas are influenced by earlier far-right thinkers from the Conservative Revolution and the French New Right, including Alain de Benoit and Renaud Camus. The movement believes that European culture and people face extinction because of low birth rates and mass immigration, a belief known as the Great Replacement theory. Identitarians promote pan-European nationalism, localism, and ethno-pluralism, the idea that different ethnic groups should live separately to preserve their own cultures. They reject multiculturalism, Islam, and liberal global values, aiming instead to protect Europe's traditional identity. Rather than focusing on elections, they try to shape society through long-term cultural influence and public opinion. The movement has spread beyond Europe, inspiring similar groups in North America and Australia. Authorities in several countries, including Germany and France, have labeled it extremist or banned its branches for spreading hate and promoting racial division. English Defence League, known as EDL, is a far-right protest movement that began in England in 2009. It claims to defend British culture and values from what it calls the Islamification of the country. The group strongly opposes Islam, immigration, and multiculturalism, often arguing that British identity is being lost because of foreign influence. The EDL is best known for its street demonstrations, which often take place near mosques or in towns with large Muslim communities. These protests regularly led to violence, clashes with police, and arrests. The group's message is spread through social media, where it promotes nationalist and anti-Muslim views. Although the EDL says it is against Islamic extremism, its actions and language have been widely criticized for spreading hate and targeting Muslims in general. The movement attracted support from far-right and football fan groups, but also faced strong opposition from anti-racist organizations and community leaders. After its founder, Tommy Robinson, left in 2013, the group lost momentum and many members left or joined other far-right causes. Today, the group is still active, but in much smaller numbers. Alternative for Germany, known as AfD, is a right-wing political party that became well known for its strong opposition to immigration, Islam, and the European Union. It was founded in 2013, first focusing on opposing the euro currency during the European debt crisis, but later shifted its message toward defending German identity and culture. The party believes that mass immigration and multiculturalism threaten Germany's traditions and safety. It argues for strict border controls, deportations of illegal immigrants, and limits on asylum seekers, especially from Muslim-majority countries. The AfD also opposes climate change policies, gender equality programs, and what it calls liberal global values. Many of its members use nationalist and anti-Islam language, saying they want to protect Germany's sovereignty and restore national pride. The party grew quickly after the 2015 refugee crisis and became one of the biggest opposition forces in the country. However, it has faced major criticism and investigations for links to far-right extremism and hate speech. Several of its members have also made controversial statements denying Germany's responsibility for the Holocaust or downplaying Nazi crimes. Vlaams Belang. This group is a far-right political party founded in Belgium, mainly active in the Dutch-speaking region of Flanders. The party was founded in 2004 as the successor to Vlaams Belang, which was banned for promoting racial discrimination. Vlaams Belang focuses on Flemish nationalism, advocating for the independence of Flanders from Belgium. It strongly opposes immigration, multiculturalism, and Islam, arguing that these threaten Flemish identity and European culture. The party supports strict immigration controls, deportation of illegal migrants, and prioritizing native citizens in jobs and welfare. It also promotes conservative values, opposing the European Union's influence, gender ideology, and liberal social policies. Vlaams Belang presents itself as a defender of Western civilization and traditional family values. Its leaders often criticize political elites, claiming they ignore the concerns of ordinary citizens about safety, identity, and cultural change. The party has gained significant support in recent years, especially among voters frustrated with immigration and the EU. Despite its success, Vlaams Belang remains isolated in Belgian politics, as other major parties refuse to form coalitions with it due to its far-right and anti-immigration positions. Freedom Party of Austria. known as FPO, is a right-wing populist and nationalist political party founded in 1956. It originally emerged from the Federation of Independents, a post-war group that included former Nazis and German nationalists. Over time, the FPO became one of Austria's most influential political forces, especially under the leadership of Jörg Haider in the 1990s. The party is known for its strong opposition to immigration, Islam, and the European Union. It promotes Austrian nationalism, strict border controls, and the protection of traditional culture and Christian values. The FPO argues that mass immigration and multiculturalism threaten Austria's national identity and social stability. It also calls for tough law and order policies, lower taxes, and limits on welfare for immigrants. Critics accuse the party of spreading xenophobia and far-right extremism, while the FPO claims to defend national sovereignty and the rights of ordinary Austrians. The party has been part of Austria's government several times, most recently in 2017 to 2019, before losing power after a major political scandal. Reform UK. Reform UK is a right-wing political party in the United Kingdom, founded in 2019 as the Brexit Party by Nigel Farage and Richard Tice. It was originally created to pressure the government to fully deliver Brexit and ensure the UK's complete withdrawal from the European Union. After Brexit was achieved, the party rebranded as Reform UK in 2021, shifting its focus toward broader political and social issues. Reform UK promotes nationalism, economic freedom, and limited government. It is strongly critical of high taxes, bureaucracy, and what it calls woke politics and political correctness. The party opposes mass immigration and calls for strict border controls, arguing that immigration should be limited to skilled workers who benefit the country. It also supports tougher policing, long prison sentences, and strong national security. Reform UK rejects net zero carbon policies, claiming they are costly and harmful to the economy. It calls for investment in domestic energy sources, including oil, gas, and nuclear power, to secure energy independence. On social issues, the party defends freedom of speech, criticizes gender ideology, and opposes what it sees as excessive government interference in personal life. The Finns Party, also known as the True Finns, is a right-wing populist and nationalist political party in Finland. It was founded in 1995 and has become one of the country's major political forces. The party focuses on protecting Finnish culture, national identity, and sovereignty. It strongly opposes mass immigration, especially from non-European countries, arguing that it threatens social stability and Finnish values. The Finns Party also criticizes multiculturalism and the European Union, calling for stricter border controls and more national decision-making power. It supports welfare for Finnish citizens but wants to limit benefits for immigrants and asylum seekers. The party promotes conservative social values, is skeptical of climate change policies that it sees as too expensive, and supports the use of Finland's natural resources to protect jobs and the economy. The Finns Party often presents itself as the voice of ordinary people against political elites and globalization. Danish People's Party. This group is a right-wing populist and nationalist political party in Denmark, founded in 1995. The party focuses on protecting Danish culture, Christianity, and national identity. It strongly opposes immigration, especially from Muslim-majority countries, arguing that it threatens Denmark's traditions, safety, and social unity. The DPP supports strict immigration laws, tougher border controls, and prioritizing Danish citizens in welfare and housing. It also promotes Euroscepticism, opposing deeper integration with the European Union and calling for stronger national sovereignty. The party is socially conservative, defending traditional family values and criticizing multiculturalism and liberal social policies. While the DPP itself does not engage directly in violence, its anti-immigration rhetoric has been linked to increased social tension and public hostility toward migrants and minorities. The party's statements have often sparked controversy for being seen as divisive or Islamophobic. Brothers of Italy. Another right-wing nationalist and conservative political party founded Italy. It was founded in 2012 by Giorgia Meloni and other former members of the post-fascist National Alliance. The party focuses on Italian nationalism, traditional values, and strict immigration control. It promotes the protection of Italian identity, culture, and Christianity, often criticizing mass immigration, Islam, and the influence of the European Union. Brothers of Italy support stronger borders, prioritizing Italian citizens and jobs and welfare, and defending what it calls family and homeland values. It is also highly patriotic, advocating for a proud, sovereign Italy that resists globalization and foreign political pressure. While the party itself operates within the democratic system, it has faced criticism for links to Italy's neo-fascist past and for tolerating extremist supporters. Some members and sympathizers have been involved in far-right demonstrations that turned violent, especially against migrants and left-wing activists. Critics accuse the party of normalizing radical nationalism and xenophobic rhetoric, though it denies promoting hate or violence. Britain First. Britain First is a far-right political organization in the United Kingdom, founded in 2011 by former members of the British National Party. The group promotes strong nationalist, anti-immigration, and anti-Islam views, claiming to defend British culture and Christianity. It campaigns against what it calls the Islamization of Britain, often spreading anti-Muslim messages through protests, social media, and street patrols near mosques. Britain First supports strict border control, prioritizing British citizens in housing and jobs, and withdrawing from international agreements that it views as weakening national sovereignty. Its leaders, including Paul Golding and Jada Franson, have been repeatedly arrested for hate speech and public order offenses. The group has been linked to several violent incidents, mainly during confrontations with Muslim communities and left-wing protesters. Members have carried out aggressive Christian patrols and mosque invasions that provoked public disorder and fear. Britain First online campaigns have also encouraged hostility toward immigrants and minorities, leading to accusations of promoting hate and inciting violence. Because of its extremist behavior, Facebook and Twitter permanently banned the group's accounts. People's Party. This group is a right-wing political party in Malta that strongly opposes immigration and supports conservative social values. The party argues that Malta should stop relying on foreign labor, saying this undermines Maltese identity and harms local workers. It promotes traditional families, opposes abortion, and wants government funding for gender-affirming care restricted. The People's Party also advocates increased direct democracy, supporting referendums so citizens can have more say in national decisions. On environment and development, it calls for stricter land use and planning controls to protect Maltese villages and cultural character. National Alliance. Known in Latvian as Nacionālā apvienība, is a right-wing nationalist and conservative political party in Latvia. It was formed in 2011 through a merger of two nationalist groups aiming to protect Latvian identity, culture, and language. The party strongly promotes patriotism and traditional family values, and it views the preservation of Latvian heritage as essential to the country's future. National Alliance is firmly opposed to large-scale immigration and multiculturalism, arguing that Latvia's culture should not be diluted by foreign influence. It supports strict border controls, a strong national defense, and close cooperation with NATO while remaining cautious of Russian influence in Latvian affairs. The party also opposes the expansion of rights for sexual minorities, promoting traditional Christian values instead. Party for Freedom. This group is a right-wing nationalist and anti-immigration political party in the Netherlands, founded in 2006 by Geert Wilders. The party is best known for its strong opposition to Islam, immigration, and the European Union. It argues that Islamic culture is incompatible with Dutch values and calls for strict immigration controls, bans on Islamic symbols like the burqa, and limits on asylum seekers from Muslim-majority countries. The PVV promotes Dutch nationalism, free speech, and secularism, insisting that the Netherlands must protect its identity and traditions from foreign influence. It is also highly critical of multiculturalism and globalization, claiming they weaken national unity. The PVV supports law and order policies, opposes EU integration, and wants the Netherlands to prioritize its own citizens in housing, jobs, and welfare. While the party itself does not engage in violence, its harsh anti-Islamic rhetoric has been accused of fueling social division and inspiring hate crimes. Wilders has received multiple death threats and requires constant security due to his statements against Islam. Sweden Democrats. The Sweden Democrats are a right-wing nationalist and anti-immigration political party in Sweden. Founded in 1988, the party originally emerged from far-right and neo-Nazi movements but later rebranded itself as a nationalist and socially conservative party. The Sweden Democrats focus on protecting Swedish culture, identity, and traditions, arguing that mass immigration and multiculturalism threaten national unity and public safety. They call for strict immigration laws, stronger border control, and the deportation of foreign criminals. The party also supports prioritizing welfare and jobs for Swedish citizens and is highly critical of the European Union's influence over national policies.